given a few questions to test your knowledge about public speaking theories. But don't worry, because the question is fairly easy. The materials for the test are all from the info session of the class, so as long as you pay attention in the class, you can answer the question easily. So participants, please follow Miss Friendly, Joseph, outside, and take the test. Good luck.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Miss Friendly is showing the test today.
Alright, now as our friends are having a voice test, I would like to invite Miss Donna to take the opening remarks.
Selamat pagi Bapak Ibu sekalian, Papa Mama, para trainers, staff SMLONE, dan juga para pengembangan dan anak-anak yang kami sayangi. Selamat datang di acara stage yang ke-50 ini. Sebelumnya kita panjatkan puji syukur kehadiran Tuhan Yang Maha Esa karena kita bisa berkumpul di sini dengan keadaan sehat dan melaksanakan stage hari ini yang sempat tertunda beberapa waktu karena blackout 2 minggu yang lalu. Tidak terasa sudah 2 minggu dan saya yakin anak-anak sudah lebih prepare supaya mereka bisa tampil lebih maksimal lagi di sini. Sebelum saya lanjut, apakah ada papa mama yang anaknya pertama kali join real stage hari ini? Ada ya, oke, ada beberapa. Jadi izinkan saya menjelaskan kembali sebenarnya apa itu real stage. Real stage bukan hanya sekedar ujian kenaikan level bagi anak-anak kita, tapi juga merupakan sebuah wadah yang sudah disiapkan oleh SMLONE agar anak-anak bisa menunjukkan apa yang telah mereka pelajari beberapa minggu ini, menunjukkan konsistensi mereka setiap hari. Dan apapun yang akan anak-anak tampilkan nanti, apakah mereka akan lupa, pidatonya mungkin, atau mungkin ada anak-anak yang sudah lebih maksimal, ada yang belum, itu nggak apa-apa ya Papa Mama, tetap kita dukung. Karena setiap anak yang dikirim ke SMLONE itu starting point-nya berbeda-beda. Ada anak yang ketika dikirim ke SMLONE, dia sudah percaya diri. Jadi tinggal sampai di SMLONE, tinggal kita mulai saja. Namun ada anak-anak yang sampai di SMLONE, itu pun dia sudah bergetar, sudah takut, sudah pengen nangis gitu, pengen lari, pengen pulang. Karena yang kita temui, ada anak-anak yang lebih muda, mereka itu untuk berani berdiri dari kursi, untuk ngomong di depan itu aja butuh beberapa minggu. Jadi apapun hasil anak-anak kita nanti, mari kita dukung terus. Dan kami juga mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Papa Mama karena telah mempercayakan anak-anak di SMLONE. Kami percaya keberhasilan anak-anak itu tergantung dari 3 faktor. Dari anak-anak itu sendiri, dari kerjasama orang tua, dan juga kerjasama dari trainer. Jika salah satu faktor saja itu tidak kurang maksimal, maka hasil anak-anak juga kurang maksimal. Oleh karena itu, mari kita terus bekerja sama supaya anak-anak kita bisa mendapatkan hasil yang lebih baik lagi. Dan SMLONE semenjak berdiri 8 tahun yang lalu, SMLONE bukan hanya sekedar sekolah tentang public speaking, tapi SMLONE juga sekolah yang menekankan tentang manner. Karena kami percaya anak-anak yang dibekali dengan kemampuan public speaking yang baik, dibekali dengan manner yang baik, dan juga leadership skill yang baik, maka mereka akan lebih impactful lagi. Mereka akan memberikan dampak yang lebih positif lagi terhadap negara kita ini. Oke? Dan seperti yang saya bilang tadi, kita bukan hanya menekankan tentang public speaking, tapi kita juga mengajarkan anak-anak tentang leadership, mengajarkan anak-anak tentang disiplin. Bagaimana anak-anak belajar disiplin di SMLONE? Mereka belajar harus mengerjakan life project. Contohnya, misalnya untuk di level private ke level berikutnya, mereka harus mengerjakan selama 3 hari. Jadi kami minta tolong kepada papa mama, kalau misalnya let's say anaknya mengerjakan tugas yang bangun on time, terus di hari ketiga anaknya telat 5 menit. Terus sebagai orang tua kita bagusnya gimana? Ya nggak apa-apa, udah kasihan hari terakhir atau udah mulai harus redo. Gimana Papa Mama? Kita harus gimana? Harus suruh anaknya redo atau yaudah deh nggak apa-apa hari terakhir saya tanda tangan aja atau trainernya juga nggak tahu. Ya kan? Nah dari sana anak-anak belajar mereka itu harus disiplin. Ya Bapak Ibu kita minta tolong kerjasamanya kalau misalnya anak-anak telat 1 hari saja, tolong bantu kami untuk gagalkan anak-anak supaya mereka belajar untuk konsisten, belajar untuk disiplin. Seperti di kelas mereka juga setiap pidato kalau misalnya tidak sesuai objektif juga kita suruh tiru. Jadi kita mengajarkan anak-anak bahwa kalau gagal itu nggak apa-apa, yang penting kita coba lagi. Anak-anak juga belajar tentang mendengar di SMLONE. Bagaimana anak-anak belajar mendengar? Yang pertama, mereka bisa belajar menjadi timer. Jadi mereka harus memperhatikan dan mendengar teman-teman yang berpidato. Ketika menjadi mannerism polis juga, mereka harus mendengar dan bercatat. Dan ketika jadi evaluator, mereka juga harus mendengar, observe sebelum mereka harus mencatat. Mereka juga belajar bagaimana memberikan feedback yang baik. Ketika kita memberikan pendapat kepada orang lain, apakah orang lain akan senang menerima pendapat kita? Jadi anak-anak sebagai evaluator, mereka belajar memberikan feedback itu ada caranya. Gimana caranya supaya orang lain yang mendengar itu tidak sakit hati gitu. Jadi ya kita harapkan kerjasama semuanya dari para orang tua. Kita harap anak-anak kita bisa bertumbuh menjadi lebih baik lagi. Dan saya juga minta bantuan kepada papa mama semuanya, nanti ketika anak-anak selesai berpidato, mari kita berikan tangan yang sangat meriah untuk mereka, terlepas dari bagaimanapun penampilan mereka nantinya. Karena mereka sudah belajar, mereka sudah melawan rasa takut mereka untuk berani tampil di depan ini. Akhir kata, semoga acara kita hari ini bisa berjalan dengan lancar. Semoga real estate kali ini bisa meninggalkan kesan yang baik kepada anak-anak kita dan juga kepada kita semua. Okay, and please enjoy the real stage. I'll give the control back to MC.
Thanks, Laura, for the opening remarks. Now, while waiting, let's have a break from that.
And today I'll be sharing my feelings in SML1 for all of you. So far, I've learned many things like positive moments. I've shared many positive moments to my dear friends. They also give me appreciation and a round of applause, like the good job for me. In SML1, I learned many skills and expert many skills. I also learned leadership and public speaking. And this chance, I can speak in front of the stage, and I joined real stage. You should join the real stage if you join SML1 too, because it's a gold chance if you join this. It can this event can upgrade your level into the next level. Let's say you're private now, right? As me, I'm private, so I joined real estate, and I'm going to the next level. So it's a surgeon. Well, do you might ask me, is real estate is hard or not? Well, for me, real estate is just like when you speak in front of your teachers, your trainer, or your classmates. So real estate is not as scary, as harder as you think. So you must join real estate now too. For me, definitely a lot of close this speech with SML1 making you better you.
Hi, my name is Kenzie. What I learned from SML1 and why real estate isn't as scary as you think. So what I have learned from SML1 is to be more aware of your timing, your manners, your skills, everything. So you might think, is real estate scary? I think why everyone doesn't want to go to real estate is because maybe some of you guys are nervous or just no confidence at all. But let me tell you something, real estate isn't as scary as you might think. Real estate is very easy, you just need to prepare for it. And yeah, just talk about what you like to talk about. As no one making you better. will of your work. I'm so happy to be in today's section because some of them is only
So everyone, how was the test? Was it easy? I'm sure it's very easy. And all of you did great on test. Now it's time for us to start. It's time for me to explain the rules. First of all, it is necessary for all of you to put your phone on silent mode, so speakers will face any disturbance and can speak smoothly. Second, during speaker speech, it will be highly appreciated if you don't exit and enter the room. Doing so may distract the speaker's attention, and also littering is strictly prohibited in the room. Lastly, at the end of speech, speakers will receive feedback and comments from the judges. For those audience who wants to give feedback, you can give your feedback as well by accessing the link and form given after you click the link shown here. But please don't type anything unnecessary. Now I will continue to explain time limits. For privates, you can deliver any speeches for 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes, the light will turn on green light, 6 minutes will turn on red, yellow light, and 7 minutes will turn on red light. For surgeons, you can deliver any speech by usage of PowerPoint, music, or property. For 5 minutes, it will turn on green light. For 6 minutes, it will turn on yellow light. For 7 minutes, it will turn on red light. For literal colonels, you can either become a seller or moderator. If you choose to become a seller, your time limit is 8 to 10 minutes. When it's 8 minutes, it will be green light. When it's 9 minutes, it will turn on yellow light. When it's 10 minutes, it will turn on red light. But if you choose to moderate a discussion, your time limit is 10 to 15 minutes. When it's 10 minutes, it will turn on green light. When it's 12 minutes and 30 seconds, it will turn on yellow light. And when it's 15 minutes, it will turn on red light. For colonels, you can deliver persuasive speech for 8 to 10 minutes. When it's 8 minutes, it will turn on green light. When it's 9 minutes, it will turn on yellow light. And when it's 9 minutes, it will turn on red light. All speakers will have 30 seconds grace period after the maximum time to finish your speech. However, if you go beyond this, your score will be affected. Also remember that after you deliver your speech, please ring the bell and say, "That was easy." Once again, a reminder for all of you to pay attention to family, because if your speech is too short, it won't be meaningful. But if it's too long, you may lose the audience attention. Now it's time for us to officially start the research phase. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. Our first speaker today will level up from private to surgeon. She is someone from the class of Amethyst, bringing the speech title The Empty Pot. Let's welcome Philip Alexa Winston. Alright. Philip Alexa Winston, The Empty Pot. The Empty Pot is Philip Alexa Winston. Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck.
Have you guys ever heard a story named The Empty Pot? Well, today I'm going to tell you. Once upon a time, in a kingdom, there lived an emperor. The emperor was old and has no wife and no child. So the emperor needs a new emperor. So the emperor called all the children in the kingdom and give each of them a seat and say the one who have the best plan will be the next emperor. One day there are a boy named Gabriel. Gabriel was a kid who is very obsessed with plants and nature. So he ran back home and grabbed the seed. He put it at the best pot and the best soil and planted. But it has been a long time. 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed, 1 month passed.
there are no sprouts. When he meets his friend says, "Look at mine. I have flowers." But his other friend says, "Look at mine. Mine has sprouts." And everybody have sprouts already, except for him. Even some of his friends laughed at him. He was very embarrassed. He ran back home and also put it at a bigger pot. When he was about to give up, his dad says, "Don't give up, just keep trying and be honest." And then he listened to his dad. He waited again. 1 year later, it was the day he needs to go to the kingdom already. When he goes to the kingdom, everybody was very, very confident and they are very sure that they will be the next emperor. But then, when the emperor says, "The next emperor is Gabriel," everybody was shocked. And Gabriel was also shocked. He thought he wouldn't be the next emperor. And then his friend even asked the emperor, "Emperor, why is he the emperor? And why not us? He have nothing on his pot. He just have an empty pot." The emperor says, "1 year ago, I cooked the seed, so it cannot be planted anymore. And all of you cheated. All of you switched with another seed. But only Gabriel is the one that be honest." So he was very happy and he is very famous at his village. So last time again, why would I cheat? I should be honest. Then when the result came, I get a red score. I was very, very scared that my parents would be angry. But my friend have a very high score. At first I thought I was wrong. But I think again. I tell my mom about it. And then I tell wrong subject. My mom, at first, I thought my mom was about to angry. But then my mom says, "It's okay. My mom is proud of me already because I'm honest. Don't learn the wrong one." I'm feel of signing up from the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give the feedback. Let's welcome Miss Yona.
So
You can stand here first. Okay.
it's good to see you again after some times. I remember when you first went SMLONE, I was your first trainer, right? Last time was still private level, and right now you are going to the next level already. So I'm very proud and so happy to see your progress. What I like the most from you is your title, The Empty Pot. It was very interesting. I was like, oh, what kind of story that you're going to tell? I think that is very interesting. And then I like your outfit. It is very neat. This kind of outfit is good as a speaker. And I also like when you use different vocal variety when you have to portray different characters. Because like when we are telling a story, if we are using the same vocal variety from the beginning until the end, then the story will be boring. But you use different vocal variety to portray different character. I like it so much. And then you also look so calm during the blackout. That is another skill that a speaker should master. Because when we become a speaker, we cannot expect what will happen in the future. Maybe the microphone can went wrong or blackout or anything, but you stay calm, and that is really good. That is something that you have to keep on for your next step again. And I also like when you connect the story, the empty pot, with your personal experience, so the audience can relate more. Maybe more people can tell about the empty pot, but not everyone have the same experience with you. So that is good when you can connect your story with your personal experience. So some room for improvement is remember to always use pause after you ask question. Just now in the beginning you asked a question, right? And after you ask question, remember to pause. So you give time for audience to think for your question. And try to stand more firm here. Try not to swing to left and right, okay? Try to stand more firm. And your slide is good enough, but I believe you can do more. I challenge you to learn how to use Canva so that you can create a better slide Canva. Okay, maybe something you can try to find out what is Canva later. It is something like PowerPoint as well, but they have a better design so that you can have a better presentation slide. Okay, so overall, I like your title. Your outfit is very neat. I also like when you are so calm during the blackout. In the future, try to pause after question. Try to swing. Try to stand more firm. Avoid swinging. And I challenge you to use Canva. Okay, and I'm looking forward for your next speech. Well done, Bill.
That was easy. Alright, now let's have 1 minute of silence so our trainers and parents can give feedback to the Ambil class. Alright, our second speaker for today is someone from the class of Clinton, and she will bring a speech about my experience. Let's welcome Alquiza Shifa Winona. Alquiza Shifa Winona. My experience. My experience, Alquiza Shifa Winona. Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Stay with Good luck.
Imagine your heart is full pounding so hard, and you can hear it by your ear. Your hand is shaking speedily, and your body until your feet is following it, and your eye is lost contact to anywhere. Sometimes people feel that when they are look like a danger animal, example like a snake, tiger, or something else. But for me, it's feel when it's right now. Yeah, right now. Deliver a speech in front of all people like this. So today, I want to tell you about my experience from I cannot speaking until now. So, one day, since I grade 4, my friend is told me that I have a new lesson. So, I asked to him, what is that? So, my friend said his name is public speaking. From that name, I feel didn't interest. I don't like speaking, like I don't like yapping, so I just follow it and study it. When I am in the class, my teacher suddenly give a paper, and when I look, there I have a 7 paragraph a draft. And I feel shocked when my teacher said it must memorize and deliver it in front of the class. So when it's my turn, after all of my friends, yeah, I didn't remember anything. So I just standing like this. Yeah, quiet, didn't say anything, and just look anywhere. Some of my friend is trying to judge me, and that's make me feel unconfident. I have a one friend, let's we call A. So she's like public speaking. Her intonation, her content, her body language, her hand gesture, all of it is so perfect. So that's why all of my teacher is pick her to be a MC in all of my school event. Example like graduation. So I feel so envy and jealous because I want that too. My mom know it. So he tried me to find the school that have a public speaking and strong English. In my school, there are have a double topic. So I be the first speaker. So my teacher give a question and I must answer it. Yeah, I didn't know anything. I just say a little about that question, and after that I just say a little because it's until 2 3 minutes, 2 until 3 minutes. So I just quiet. All of my friends is whispering each other. I think they are trying to judge me. So that's make me uncomfortable and unconfident. When I am in my house, I feel sad and I'm crying in my room. My mom pulled my doors and she tried to go in my room. She asked me, Pinza, what happened to you? And I asked her, I think I cannot public speaking because my memorize is low. All of my intonation, my teacher said my intonation is deep and I cannot do anything. So that's make me feel sad. And my friend is judge me. So I think I cannot public speaking. I don't want to try again. My mom said to me, try again is better than you didn't want to try again. Because if you didn't try again, we never know. But if you try again, you will get lesson what you do and get big impact what you do before. So I tried it. My mom finding a course that have a public speaking. Yeah, the name is SMLONE. So in there, yeah, I cannot speaking. Yeah, I just say little and my memorize is low. But my trainer is didn't judge me. She's give me a motivation, like motivation and like yeah. So I do it. I practice again. I following even of my school public speaking, and now yeah, I join real stakes like this. So the conclusion of my story, try again is better than you didn't want to try again. Because if we try again, if you didn't want to try again, you didn't know. So, but if you try again, you will get lesson and big impact from your from for from your life. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
So what Akuza? Your speech was really relatable. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Saris.
Thank you so much. So, Akunza, I'm going to ask you questions. How does it feel after performing?
Yeah, I feel nervous.
Nervous? Nervous was fine. However, it's it's such a nice performance. I think in your level, you not only talk about your personal story, you also do a role play that giving message, right? And also, what I like from you is the way you do gestures. You keep practicing gestures rather than do symbols. I know sometimes it's really hard to do gestures, especially when you this level. And what I always encourage my trainees to start do open hand gestures as well. Even though sometimes you just do repetitive activity, right? When you start with people, I'm not saying it's wrong. However, later you tend to hold yourself to improve more. And today you also explore the stage, which is nice. It's a great things to do. And you end your speech with such a great message. It's very relatable to every single audience in this room. Especially me also. I ever in that kind of situations. I ever experienced it. So that's the things when you talk about your personal experience. I ever experienced this also. Probably things to improve our brings up. Be careful with your fidgeting. Sometimes you not really realize it. You tend to squeeze your hand or you play with your shirt. Be careful with it. I know you feel nervous. And to add on, be careful with the eye contact also. Okay? And it looks like you try to remember the speech. I know. However, try to make eye contact with the others while we. That's it. Thank you so much. Great.
All right, then our next speaker. Our third speaker for today is someone from the class of Azure. He's reading a speech titled The Sand Story. Let's welcome David Bradford. David Bradford.
The Sand Story, David Bradford. Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you guys ever heard about the sand story? So might be most of you guys haven't heard about the sand story. So let me explain. These rocks usually used to be sand, but over time it get wind, water, pressure, and just life change it. Also, and doesn't the it doesn't mean the sand lost its own purpose. Sand the sand was trying hard that wind, water, and the others. So right now I'm not talking about the sand anymore. I'm talking about you, me, and us. Might be sometimes you guys have very hard time. You were doing your homework or not. You were having your exam or your homework. You are very hard to it. You have no idea what to do. You felt you want to give up, and you don't have any choice to do anymore. And you want to try to give up, but just don't give up. It's only starting of you, and that's haven't the end of it. It's only starting. You still can try. You can try to redo. You can try again and try again. Push yourself to your own limit. So let me ask: will you guys walk in a beach full of rocks? Might of you guys say no, right? Yeah, because it hurts and it's uncomfortable. But will you guys walk on a beach full of sand? Yeah, might be of you guys say yes. Why? Because it's comfortable, it's soft, it's very nice to lay down on it, and it's not hurt when you walk into it. So it's just the same as you. If you didn't try your heart, if you didn't try yourself, you didn't challenge yourself, nobody want to friend with you, nobody want to try to conversation with you, and nobody want to try to find you. But if you try to challenge yourself, you try to challenge your life, you push yourself, everyone will keeping asking you and want you to be your friend, because they also want to be smart like you. So if I can say, I would be rather like a sand used to be rocks, but we got pressure and hard time, very hard time, and we can become a perfectly done person, just like the sand. The sand got wind pressure and being hard lifetime, they will become sand, and a lot of people love sand because it's nice on the beach. It's very comfortable. Beach is beautiful, I know. Just like us, if we do something challenging, we try to push ourselves. We try to challenge our life. We would become like a sand. Like I mean, like we can become perfectly like a sand. We can become a successful man. Yeah, I mean, become a successful person. Just like the sand. I would say like maybe you have hard time sometimes. Also very you stuck at your life, you're stressed, just you can take a rest to yourself and you can try again. You take a rest and then you try again. After that you redo things. After you redo again and then you redo again. Not you can try to control your life, not life that control you. You need to control your life so you can become a better person, a next level person. If you want to become like other people, like oh my god, he's so successful, you can see him. Yeah, you need to try to do yourself, challenge yourself. You can uh, you can challenge your life. You can change your life into that person that you want. You also okay, so might be sometimes you guys have a very hard time to you start, you cannot do anything, you have no choice anymore. You can try to redo again. So if I can say in my conclusion, sometimes you have hard time, but that's only starting of you. It's haven't the end of you. You can still try again and redo again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Devin. It was really amazing story. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Miss Yona.
So, David, do you know what is the best part from this piece?
What?
So I would say it is your courage in pushing yourself. And how much you want to run away from the stage, you try your best not to run. So good job, well done for you. You have to be proud of yourself because you fight with what you fear of. Okay, you have to be proud of yourself. All right, and I like your title. That is very interesting. For some speakers, they don't really pay attention to your title. Maybe they just like, oh, it's just a title. But well, actually, title is something which is very important. That's the first thing that our audience listen. That's the first thing that they judge about us. So make sure that we give an interesting title that sparks curiosity, and you have done a good job. And I know you were very nervous, but you try your best to give hand gesture. That is not easy, but hey, you keep on trying. So good job for doing it. And your message, it's be hard. Take a rest and try again. And then you also keep on repeating that you have to control your life, not your life control you. That's a very beautiful message that can resonate to everyone. The best part is also you keep on repeating your message from the beginning until the end. So it really like stick in my mind. I will remember this speech for a long time. Okay? Good job for doing that. So some things that you can pay attention on in the future is first, remember to pause after you ask questions. Like in the beginning, you ask, have you ever heard about the Zen story? Then I was just about yes or no, and then you directly like you say the next sentence already. So in the future, when you ask questions, remember to pause. Okay, give time for your audience to process so that we can try to answer. And just now you also asked when did you walk in a beach that full of sand? I was about to answer as well, but then you have continued to the next sentence. Yeah, remember to pause. And David, I really challenge you to talk louder. Okay, David, try to talk louder so that we can hear you better. And try not to swing. I know it's not easy, but again, you try your best. So in the future, I challenge you to stand
more firm, avoid swinging, talk louder, and one thing is try to use the formal shoes, okay? Like your outfit is very neat already instead of the sandal things. But overall, I really like your courage. I know it's not easy to talk in front. You have to fight with what you're afraid of. In the future, try to talk louder. Remember to keep house, don't swing, and put on the formal shoes. Okay? Well done, David.
That was easy.
Alright, let's have 1 minute of silence.
Miss, mau take photo. You can.
Alright, moving on to our next speaker. Our first speaker for today is someone from the class of Kiyosaki. Bring a speech titled Mind Over Matter. Let's welcome Davina Grace Ong.
Davina Grace Ong. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Davina Grace Ong. 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you ever avoided doing something difficult, hard, or scary? Well, that choice is mind over matter to me. Because as someone who has once struggled with fear and self-doubt, I believe that growth comes and forms the moment we stop letting fear decide for us. So, think of a person who has to speak in front of a crowd for the first time. It might not always go well, but that is mind over matter. Choosing your courage to go on ahead and face that challenge in front of you so that you can face it and move forward. But how do we build mental resilience? So, it's quite simple actually. Taking one step at a time is already enough to prove that you're a better version of yourself than you were before. Things to do when you don't focus well is just to focus on the loved ones that are around you. For example, today, I have my grandma to accompany me today so that I could perform my speech well. Growth lives on the other side of fear, and comfort doesn't create change. So, if you continue to circle around in the same circle, does it really help you in life? How long will you want to settle for the same? People want to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect time, and the right moment to speak up, to take action, and to try something new. But the truth is, confidence does not appear before action. Confidence grows and is able to appear because of your actions. If you choose to do nothing about it, you will still stay where you are. But if you continue to grow, try, and learn, and choose persistence when things get difficult, when you choose to believe in a little bit of hope when the going gets tough and situations seem impossible. So, how do you think I'm able to stand here today? The truth was, I was not supposed to come today. I was going to tell my mom to cancel my appointment here because someone that I have loved had recently just passed the night before.
so I could not really deliver the speech well. But that's the power of mind over matter, choosing to keep on going despite the words and things that are able to make you cover in fear. Sometimes, even a little bit of push from your loved ones can already give you enough strength to keep on going with your day. No matter how hard the obstacle seems, no matter how hard and impossible your life may sound, if you keep on going forward and if you keep on believing in yourself, there's no doubt what you can achieve. Because sometimes our limits are often our minds, and our problems are not always the ones outside of us. Our minds can either become our greatest heroes to give us a positive life, or either the ones that limit our potential. By going through this stage, I have found that I am a little bit more confident than I usually am. I would usually shake when I speak in front, and I would usually cover myself and not want to speak first. I fear that maybe some of you have been struggling with this today. Maybe your voice is low because you think, what if they don't think that my speech is well? What if I fail? So, a positive mindset can actually give you a greater future. Whereas if you continue to live in a negative life, sometimes your opportunities can become missed opportunities. And as someone who has a lot of what ifs in this life, I choose to keep on going despite on that fear. Being brave is not just about speaking in front. Just changing something about yourself to improve yourself into this better life is already enough. There's a saying by Henry Ford that I have read recently. It says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. What does this mean? This reminds us that even our limits can be stuck in our minds. Whether we choose to can do it or we can't do it, it's up to us. It's not up to other people to decide whether we can or whether we can't. Sometimes, I have many doubts in this life and I have regrets that I have experienced. For example, when in class, there was a class presentation and I was called up front. But instead of doing the presentation to get my score, I ran to the bathroom and locked myself in there, and I didn't have my speech at all. That was something that I really regret. And it deeply affected me because I got a 0 for that grade. But now that I'm at the stage and level of SMA 1, I have learned that even when the going gets tough, mind over matter is not just a phrase. It's a way of thinking and a way of achieving your full potential even when it gets tough. Because sometimes closed doors or walls may seem tough to unlock, but just taking a step forward is already enough to provide the key to unlock it. Thank you. Oh yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Davina. Your speech really insightful. Let's have Mr. Rizky to give the feedback.
So thank you so much. So Davina, great title, especially in my opinion, great title. Because when the DMC said the title is mind over matter, I started, it's going to be interesting stuff. And then great posing, the questions, you let the audience absorb the questions first, and then nice gestures they provide to convey the message. And then eye contact they provide to every single audience, which is great. Then the vocal dynamics, especially the volume, pace, and pulsing that you play. I like it so much during the performance. When you talk about something, and then you sometimes slow down the pace, and then you raise a bit of the volume, and then you put a pulse on it. Just a great performance. And then persuasion based on a valid facts that are going to happen in the futures. Because not only giving facts, you also give cause that follow behind. And the end, You give personal stories along with quotes and message to sharpen. I always respect every single speaker that put quotes because it's very difficult to remember. Sometimes we tend to just focus with what we want to give and short message to close it. And whenever there's a speaker that put quotes in the end of their speech, I always think, ooh, this person have really done the research. These persons have really experienced this. And these persons very credible about this. So things to improve, the gestures. Do it higher. Okay? It'd be more better. And then stipple. Rather than do it like this, better like this, right? Sometimes later you squeeze your hand. Be careful with it. And then if you want to move, just move rather than back and forth. No more add your speech with thank you. And when you want to set the message rather than go to the back, you just go to the forward. Go move forward when you set the message. Because it's the stronger closing, right? So after all, such a nice performance. Thanks to improve. I know you already got it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Daphne. All right, let's have 1 minute of silence.
Give me to pause and don't forget to smile. Handphonenya boleh.
Alright, let's move on to our next speaker. Our fifth speaker for today is someone from the class of architects. Bring a speech titled How to Improve Your Personality. Let's welcome Fazakiana Asda.
Fazakiana Asda, how to improve your personality. How to improve your personality, Fazakiana Asda. 5 to 7 minutes, the stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you ever saw one of your friends that seem very enthusiastic when they meet other people? Or have you seen your friends that is very smart academically, or they're really good at something, but they're just very quiet? They don't do well socially, or their friend group only consists 1 or 2 people. Who do you think is better? Someone who's extroverted or someone who's introverted? Hey everyone, my name is Fazakiana Asda, and you can call me Kiana. And I stand in front of all of you today, wanting to share you my own personal experience about personalities and how I view good person. Let me start with a really old story that happened during me at middle school. During middle school, I joined a choir extracurricular. I had 2 teachers. The first is Pak Muklas, and the second is Pak Ihsan. Pak Ihsan is the kind of goofy, fun teacher that I really love talking to. He's always so excited talking to students, he cracked jokes in class, and he made practice very fun. Honestly, I think he's very extroverted and I really like him. But meanwhile, Pak Muklas, he's the kind of teacher that is quiet, serious, but held such a personal relationship with every student. He remembers students' hobbies, he remembers their skill, and every student feels comfortable talking personally to him. So that's the two of them. I always identify them both as extroverted for Pak Isan and introverted for Pak Muklas. But here's the thing, guys. Being a good person doesn't always mean, oh, he's fun. So that means he's a good person. Oh, he's quiet. That means he's a good person. No, a good person doesn't matter if you can talk in front of lots of people or talk with only 2 or 3 friends. It is about being kind to everyone. My friends often told me because I like to talk to people, I am very loud and I socialize easily, they thought I'm an extrovert. One of my friends said to me, hey, you know what? I like you because you're an extrovert. You know, if you're for an introvert, I think they're so quiet. They're not fun. I think extroverted people are much more nicer because they're kind to me and they just don't seem that, always gazing up at other people. And I think that is very wrong. Because personality isn't as simple as, oh, you're quiet, you're mean, oh, you're loud, you're annoying. It is about how you treat other people. I am actually an introvert. Wow, shocking, right? I'm good at socializing and I'm good at public speaking. But personality is about how you treat other people. It is about, are you comfortable talking in front of lots of people or are you comfortable being by yourself? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much because what matters is how you treat other people. For example, extroverted people seem very kind because they openly try to be kind to other people. They smile, they greet, and they help publicly. But my introverted friends like me, I don't like to show off how I treat other people, or sometimes I stay quiet in class when I don't like talking with other people. But that doesn't mean introverted people don't do kindness with others. They help them quietly, helping you study, listen to your stories, and of course, they are a good listener. Every personality has their own specialty, either being a listener or just being a fun person that lights up a room. So, Kiana, what is the tips to improve your personality? Remember the keywords. You don't need to change yourself to be extroverted or you don't need to change yourself to be introverted. The first thing you could do is be nice to everyone. Start small. When you see your friends, smile. Or maybe just greet them, hi. That makes everyone happy. And that is the simplest kind, this is the simplest kind of action that improve your personality. Second, be a good listener. Being extroverted, for example, hey Kiana, I'm an extrovert. I love talking to other people. What do I do? Listen, your personality doesn't determine are you a good listener or not. It is how you determine yourself to listen to your friends. So if your friends are opening up to you, no matter what kind of personality you are, you must listen to them nicely because that is a good personality behavior. And third and last, always hold and be yourself. Yes, how to improve your personality is being yourself. Just because, oh, this girl, she's extroverted, she seems kind, I want to be like her, so I have a better personality. That is very wrong. To have a better personality, you must show your true self. And if other people don't like it, that doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, people who truly like you is people who like your true personality. So everyone, in order to improve your personality, it isn't about being more quiet or being more loud. It is about being kind and being true to yourself. Remember, kindness starts from yourself. Thank you.
Wow, your speech was really engaging, Kiana. Let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Miss Yona.
So, Yana, are you sure that you're still in private level? You have set a new standard for private training. Very amazing performance just now. I like your outfit so much. It is very formal and then very stylish. And you're very good in storytelling. Yeah, I can really feel that your teacher or this teacher with this personality, this teacher with this personality, so you can really describe them very, very well. I like how the way you are really expressive in your facial expression, like when you smile, when you show the other side of personality, try to use hand gesture, and also, again, a very good vocal variety. I really enjoy listening to your speech from the beginning until the end. Okay. The only thing is just maybe you are full of fire, full of power, and then you really want to like finish your speech. But then remember to like slow down a bit in some part, okay, so that the audience can digest more. And also remember to give pause after you ask a question. Okay? Again, I was about to answer, but then you have to proceed to the next sentence of your speech. And remember also to give pause after one sentence. Okay? Remember to give pause so that you can tarik nafas as well. And you can add more of your personal experience. Okay, regarding personality things, maybe you ever had experience regarding your friend's personality or your own personality and being judged on how, okay, so they can become more powerful. And remember not to close with thank you. You know why? Closing speech with thank you is not wrong, okay? It's not wrong. But then it's just, you have bring us to the peak, okay? You have give all your message and then thank you. So just now you end with kindness start from ourselves. Kindness start from ourselves. Thanks. See the difference? So how do you end with kindness start from ourselves? And then you look to the audience 3 to 5 seconds and I'll give the control to the top. Instead of closing with thanks. Okay, so it will become more powerful. Overall, I like your outfit. I like the how the way you deliver your speech. You're very expressive, very good in storytelling. Remember to give house, add more personal experience, and don't close with thanks. I believe you are going to grow even more in the next level, and I'm looking forward for it. Okay, well done. I'm giving the control back to the boss.
Thank you so much, Miss Rana. All right, let's have 1 minute of silence. Yeah, you can read it out.
That was easy.
Let's have emergency cheers. All right, let's move on to our next speaker. Our speaker for today is someone from the class of Atlanta, bringing his speech about why we got addicted with our phone. Let's welcome Gabriel Ihud Matuara Sihomi.
Gabriel Ihud Martuaro Sihombing. Why we got addicted with our phone? Why we got addicted with our phone? Gabriel Ihud Martuaro Sihombing. Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
So before I start, I want to say sorry because my voice is not very good today. So let me start my speech with a simple question. Have you ever picked up your phones only for check one message, but then ended up by using it more than an hour? If you ever, please raise up your hands. I think many of us here experience that, and maybe you told yourself just one more video left. But then you kept on going. If this sounds familiar to you, it's okay. Do not feel worried. You're definitely not alone. So today, I'm going to talk about why we got phone addictions and what is actually happens inside our brain. First, let me introduce you what does phone addiction truly means. Phone addiction does not mean that we are lazy or do not have any self-control, but it is when we want to play our phone again and again until we forget the time limits. Example, we might check notifications every minute even when there are none. We might feel bored or uncomfortable when we don't have our phone with us. But you know, this is something many people experience, especially students in our generations. One main reason is that how our brain actually works. Inside our brain, there is a chemical called dopamine. And this chemical, often called the feel good chemical, because it makes us happy. Example, when we are receiving a message from our friends, hanging out together, or even watching funny or interesting videos, our brain started to release dopamines and makes us feel good and naturally want to feel that way again. Another reason is that many apps are designed to make us pay attention on that apps. Example, one apps are featured in different ways. Some of the examples are by making notifications. By making notifications that will grab our attentions and makes us curious of what is happening. And I have a personal experience for this topic. One day, when I was younger back then, I didn't think that phone addiction could be so that bad. When it is exam week, I only study only for less than an hour. After studying, I use my phones more than an hour. It's not balanced. After doing my exam, I blanked. I didn't know all of the materials. Of course, I got the score that I didn't expect it. I got red score. And of course, my parents disappointed at me. But then they still forgive me. But now I made some changes. My parents limits my screen time like from 5 hours, now only like 2 to 3 hours. And and this is what I was very happy that I could change myself and I could hear what are they saying about. And it is important for us to remember that phone addictions is very dangerous, especially for students, because it can affect their focus, especially when exam. So it is important for us to use our phone wisely, or else we will get phone addictions. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. It was really informative. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Seriski.
Thank you so much. Gabriel, it's been a long time, actually. So, I think it's one of the nice topics that I always think, because the way you choose topic is always nice because it's very related to every single audience. And whenever I teach your class, you always bring a very nice topic on your performance. And then it's a great action that you do because other than giving pause, you can just ask the audience. For example, like if you ever experience this or if you ever do this, please raise your hand. It's such a nice way to follow with questions, and then you define the topics in the after you give the questions, which is a good thing. Then you do the research about this, and then good gestures to convey some of the message. For example, yes. However, some you need to be careful with. Okay, and then you explain things, keep practicing. It's already good because you not keep moving around. You move and then you stay for a moment. You give your message and then move to the other part and then you give your message, which is great. And then you give persuasions to the audience to reduce the screen time, which is very good about this topic because when you bring this kind of topic, you have something to say. For example, you have the persuasions or inspiring message at the end, and then personal story that you make to make it more sharper. However, I hope when you give your personal story, you can just connect it to the previous idea. For example, you can learn rather than say, I have one personal story about this. You can just say that, let me tell you a story. You can make it more fluent, make it more flow, but the flow is more better, right? And then just ask the questions right away rather than, I have one question that I want to ask you. I always point this out in the class. So if you have any question, just send the questions right away, and either you give pause, you ask the audience. If you ever experience this, raise your hand. Okay. So and also some fidgeting. Some of the poses a bit too long. Be careful with it. So after all, it's such a nice performance. Be careful with the fidgeting, pausing, and try to make the pose better. Now if you go back to the MC.
That was easy. Now let's have 1 minute of silence. Alright, moving on to our seventh speaker for today is someone from the class of Clinton, bringing a speech titled Music. Let's welcome Jacques Lewinsky.
Jacques Lewinsky, music. Music, Jacques Lewinsky. 5 to 7 minutes, the stage is yours. Good luck.
Several bad sounds that are severely thrown into some music creates a bad music because your music taste is bad. That is what Franz Kilian said. Hello everyone. Today my name is Jacques and today I will explain about history of music. So let's start from the beginning, like 20,000 years ago, where there's some man named, we call it U. He just like basically make music by clapping his hand. Yeah, that is the beginning of the music. And then the first instrument found is some flute. They made the flute by carving some mammoth's tail, the carve, and some bird bone. That's unique, right? And let's get to the early age, where the classic music was found. The first inventor of classic music is Vivaldi. You might know, like for example, we hear the sound every the feedback time in here, right? That's the sound made of Vivaldi. The unique thing of Vivaldi made is he made the sound based on the seasons, like winters, summers, autumn, every season. So basically, Vivaldi he is very good at making songs, but when he died because of poverty, he doesn't eat. So let's get to our next music maker. It is Beethoven, a violin player that came out after the Middle Ages, like 1900s. He played violin so fast and so good, even the audience think he made a contract with the devil. Imagine playing a violin so good that the audience doesn't believe that you are that, masterpiece doing all of that. And let's get to the legendary ages where you will know all of the singers that I mentioned right now. So let's start with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a person who influenced the genre pop in these ages, like 90s, and everyone know him. Why? Because that's the time where the recording music started. He sing all of the ways, and even the audience scream, and even pick his trend of hair, because Michael Jackson was the most popular figure in that age. So I'm gonna tell you the most weird classical performance by John Cage. So I'm imagine sitting in silence. All of them, there's no instrument, there's no someone singing. All of them just sitting on the room. You just hear some atmosphere, no sound, no everything, just quiet. And John Cage do it on a purpose, because he want the audience to hear all of the atmosphere, the sound, the cracking sound, the bottles fall, anything. So the name of the classical instrument is 433. So let's get on to a fun fact. Johann Bach, he is the person who made the organ. And one organ piano, the most contains 1,000 of pipes in it. So organ is I think the third music instrument that is very making an impact in the age. So that is the example of technology. So technology, because the technology is inventing, right? For the first age, we use some disc player, and the second age, we use some MP3 player that we require some disc in it. And the last age, we use this phone just to stream everything, and that is technology. Every instrument you hear, every instrument that like improving, it is technology too. So music isn't just some bad sound thrown into some pit. It is masterpiece. It's growing. The instrument's growing. Everything is growing. The way, the genre, it is popping out. Like music is never stop growing. Right. My name is Jacques. Thank you.
All right. Jacques,
Oh.
please. All right. Thank you so much, Jacques. It was really detailed. You can. All right. That was easy. Let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Miss Yona.
So, Jacques, you must be good in playing musical instruments, right? No? For real? Because like you share a lot about music, and I thought you must be someone that loves music so that you can play something.
I sing.
Huh?
I sing.
Oh, you sing. Okay, you sing. Good. So I like your outfit. It is professional and then stylish. The style of the teen style. So yeah, it's good, eye catching. And then you try to give hand gesture, even though it was kind of too low. Next time you can try to make it higher. You also dare to explore the stage instead of how nervous you was. And you give a lot of facts about music. Not a lot, but just a lot. Like so many information about music. So, and I think it is not easy to deliver this kind of message. You must do research a lot, you must practice a lot because you have to like memorize so many things. So well done in doing that. In the future, I challenge you to speak slowly because you talk about history of music, right? And not everybody here understand about it. So you have to speak slower so that we can process all the information that you gave to us. Try to speak slower in the future and try not to swing. I noticed that you swing a lot, okay? And lack of your personal experience because you can sing. Why don't you open with like sing some part of the song, and then you can say, after you sing, and then you say, I'm going to share the history of how I can sing today. So you can start from a long time ago. Okay, so in the future, try to add your personal experience so that the audience can feel more from you instead of only giving the facts. And try to face the audience more instead of like facing the judges. I feel that you are standing towards us rather than you face to the audience. Okay, so they are also listening to you. You can face the audience more in the future. And I am still thinking of what is your message? Because yeah, you share a lot of facts, right? But then what is the message that actually you want to share? What you want us to bring home from your speech today? Okay? So overall, good job in trying to give and gesture, you dare to explore the stage, you give a lot of facts. In the future, try to speak slower, try not to swing, face the audience, and give a stronger message. Okay, overall, good job. I'm looking forward for your next speech. I'll give the control back to us.
Thank you so much, Miss. Alright, let's have 1 minute of silence. Now let's move on to our 8th speaker for today, someone from the class of future, bringing a speech titled My Personal Story. Let's welcome.
Christian Anderson Lee. My personal story. My personal story, Christian Anderson Lee. 5 to 7 minutes.
She could turn into another problem used in different words, such as dropping her tumbler bottle or her handphone. Not only that, she also liked to provoke my best friend to not being my friends anymore. When I first grade at school, she once punched me in my stomach. Not only me, my friends was pushed by her from the stairs. My friend is losing his balance and finally he was rolling down the stairs. After she did that, she quickly left from that place and go to the canteen or restroom or also classroom. After the accident happened, my friends didn't dare want to tell to the teacher. But I was brave enough to tell to the teacher. After I tell to the teacher and she got scolded by the teacher, she immediately come to my place and said, "You are like to bring up small issues." If I want to ask all of you at here, is that a small issue? Of course not. But since I study at SMLONE, I am brave enough to overcome the problem at school.